Virginia is a witch and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, hello and welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast for your Wednesday.
Hump day.
Yeah, it is. Hump day. Hump day it is. Yeah, you got all kinds of festive stuff going on. Jaybird is wearing a cat hat onesie.
Yeah,
It's
he is.
cats and Santa hats, and he's got a Santa hat on himself. It's looking nice.
And it makes you want to dance.
Yeah, could see that.
Cat pervert.
That's right. You know it.
Yeah. Big old Christmas tree lightings going on last night in Delray Beach, also in Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale. They had theirs as well.
Have you guys put up your trees yet?
No, because it's not December. I wait till December.
All right.
Yeah, mine is up.
Oh, Ralston beat the Sinickies.
That's fine. I'm still taking down Thanksgiving.
Technically, my tree's been up for 14 years.
That's awesome.
It's a tree. It's a real tree.
So we're talking a streak.
No, it's out in the garage in Grandma's room. So what happens is every Christmas morn, we go out there and sit for 10 minutes, open presents, and then leave and never come back till another year.
Huh.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
The Ralstons are a weird pack.
It's an odd thing, honestly. We got a lot of weird stuff that we do.
Yeah, honestly, when you break it down, Virginia might have I can't believe I'm saying this, the least craziest, no. Who has the least craziest family? It's definitely not my family. It's not the Ralstons. It's not
Josh. I mean,
who the fuck is Josh?
Doer.
Yeah, Denny's.
Yeah.
Let's keep. Let's stop breaking the fourth wall.
What's she talking about? What?
Sounds weird when you do it.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
Yeah.
But I do think I do. If we had the weird family Olympics, I do think the Penningtons take the gold.
The Penningtons, but the Ralstons are gunning for you.
Yeah, in fact, somebody was asking, do you have that photo when you guys had the Christmas 2x4 years ago?
That's right. Okay, we are in a dead heat.
The Queen wouldn't let us get a tree. This is before, and so we just took lights and we put it on a 2x4 that was holding up the bar to our kitchen.
Because the kitchen was being renovated.
Yeah.
It was a 2x4 for construction purposes, but somehow that became the Ralston family Christmas tree.
Yeah. And you didn't want it. I don't think you.
No, I wanted a tree. I was like, yeah. Yeah, our insanity comes from the Queen. I mean, that's it. But we're all held captive, you know? It's like she's driving the car and we just got to sit there and take it. So
I feel like my weirdness is spread out more throughout my family.
The only one that can break through the shell that is the Queen is Caitlin.
But even then,
even Caitlin surrenders.
She does.
Surrenders a lot.
She realizes just, because like one of the Queen's always got some crazy scheme going on. Like her latest is as soon as we knock off a bottle of tequila, she refills it with water because, we got that water filtration system this time last year. And it is a delicious water and it's absolutely amazing. But we have 45 bottles of water. There's no room for anything else in our fridge other than bottles of water. And you're not getting through any of it. And so now it's spread to Caitlin's apartment. So what happens is when Caitlin works, because, she's not at home, Kim's got keys to her apartment. So Kim goes and always has, every time Caitlin comes back home to her apartment, she's got something new in her apartment. She never knows what her mom's going to do. And so the latest, she comes in, she opens the refrigerator, and there's like 40 bottles of water. And it's just like, why do I need this much water?
And they're tequila bottles
yes.
that are empty, no tequila in them, it's just water.
It's just water. And look, they're stylish and they look great, but it's like, I don't need this much water, and I've got no room for any other food or anything else.
So do you think there's something else going on there subconsciously?
I don't know. I think the Queen, she has blinders on. She's like a pit bull, that when she gets something in her head, she can't stop herself. She just has to continue down this road, even when she blows right past making sense.
Rationality be damned.
She laps rationality, and then she's on the highway of crazy, just going 120 miles an hour. And you're just like, what are you doing? And
hold on, Kevin.
Every now and then she hits the brakes and catches herself and realizes, what am I doing? But not often. Yeah, we're usually just holding on and be like, all right, here she goes again. And you just kind of hold on for dear life.
It's wild.
Yeah, it is. It's quite an experience. But, I grew up with Grandma Beulah, and she was crazy. She had all kinds of always just interesting schemes going on. And She was the same way. So
Yeah, no, there was always some weird shit going on.
yeah. So
Oh,
you just,
yeah.
I honestly, I feel like I'm about the most normal dude, but I've just always been around insanity my whole life. So to me, I've always had a show, and I just sit there and kind of watch. I'm like, okay.
You are. You're peaceful.
Yeah.
You're vanilla. You're not making trouble. You're not causing fights. You're just
No.
the easiest guy to get along with.
The good news is you can get away from all that craziness when you come here to work.
Right. Yeah, it's, everywhere I go, it's just it is odd because I'm so normal, but the world's so damn crazy.
You really, I know.
You've constructed around you, purposefully or not,
I don't know.
this wild, crazy tribe.
Yeah.
And you are the most not wild.
It's
Right.
good though. You know what though? You're built for it. You're able to you're able to balance it off and
Yeah.
not take a lot of it personal, which I think is why people can be crazy around you.
Right, and I think I do like it because my parents are very much like me, very normal. Nothing ever happened. It was just
Boring, predictable,
Yeah.
dependable,
Right.
but
yeah.
the same.
Yeah, every day.
consistent.
Every day was the same. Yeah, just nothing. But
And now you've gone the polar opposite.
right now there's just always something going on.
You're in some fuckery.
You are always in fuckery.
You really are. It's like, and like on Saturday we were at the house, and Saturday's a big day for me. Ever since I was a kid growing up, the Ohio State-Michigan game is a big thing. You grew up in that rivalry in that part of the world. I would tell you honestly, it's about as big as Christmas.
Wow.
That's how big this thing is. You plan for it. It's like you have the eve of the game, and it's got this thing. So it's about 11 a.m. on Saturday, and all of a sudden the queen realizes she wants to rearrange the house. And she's going to it. She's like, "You're not going to help?" I'm like, "The fucking game's on in an hour." I'm like, it's like,
How can you do this to me? This is my Christmas.
yeah, I'm like, any other time, I don't want to be the slacker guy who doesn't pull his own weight, but I mean, you do realize this is kind of a special time of year for me, right?
This is my day.
Right,
I've
so-
been looking forward to this.
now we have to do everything now, and so
She needs a project.
I guess.
And if you guys are staying in that day because you have a bitch ass cough or whatever, she's going to make a project.
it clicked. It just something clicked in her head, and immediately she had to rearrange the entire house. It had to happen now. It has to happen, and so I'm just trying to stay out of her way because here she just zipping all around the house, and shit's going down, and and so things are still kind of like, to me, everything is always orderly in its own thing. And that's why I came in today, because she also switched out all the cables. So what I used to charge my phone, I plugged it in last night. Didn't realize, you ever have this where chargers
Dead cable. It won't compatibly fit with your phone for whatever reason.
I am so anal about having my phone charged always, because it's one of my biggest phobias is my phone battery dies and then my whole world would fall apart. Like I wouldn't pick kids up. I wouldn't get work done.
A lot of times, too, if you switch out your cable and use like some other cable besides the Apple cable that it came with, your phone won't recognize it and it'd be like, nope,
Right.
not charging.
Exactly. So that's what happened last night. I walked into her day with basically a dead phone.
You've never in
No.
your life started a day of work with a dead phone.
No.
Not if you could help it.
Yeah, and so yesterday I realized that. So I was trying to rearrange stuff, and she has all kinds of different plugs, and they're on timers, and they're things you got to tap through an app on your phone to get to. And I'm like, gosh, I just need to charge my fucking phone. So I text her this morning. I'm like, hey, the new charge you gave me doesn't work. I said, my phone's about to die. And she responds back, quit messing with the plugs. Someone unplugged the charger in the lamp and plugged it into an outlet. That switch wasn't turned on. I checked and I changed your charger, and then all caps, do not unplug anything anymore.
Did you unplug something?
Well, because I couldn't charge my phone yesterday. And I had to make sure I had a charged phone because I had to pick her up and get to Boca and meet up with Cannon. And, you can't have a dead phone if somebody's like, hey, Dad, pick me up, but you don't get that message.
Dad's on the clock.
Yes.
Dad's getting set up.
I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I only unplugged it because it wasn't working on my phone. Can you please all I need is just a charger by my bed.
Tell
that
me
fucking
which
works.
one to use and then
Yes.
make it by my bed.
I'm a simple man. All I want is my damn phone charged. That's all I want.
That's too much to
I
ask.
can only tell you it's not working.
And also, don't you dare take off those fucking plugs again. It's all your fault.
She has 8 different things plugged into this and that and that and this. And I don't know what any of this shit is.
It looked like when the Griswolds Christmas.
It does. It looks just like
sockets into sockets into sockets.
Right. So I'm just wanting one charger into one plug, and you can't make it happen in my house. And people are like, why can't? I'm like, it's a long story. It's a long story. I can't even begin to break it down for you.
This is what happens when crazy rules the roost.
Yes.
My mom ruled the roost, and she was crazy. And now looking back, yeah, there was some wackadoo shit that went down.
It does.
My mom ruled the roost. And I looking back, I feel like my dad tried to get in there. But she ended up winning in the end, and that's why I think he just stared out the window for so many years after. Like from 10 on, my dad stared a lot.
It's hard to fight crazy when crazy has so much passion and energy.
It does. Passion, energy, and it goes so fast. And so all I am doing, I'm just trying to put my arms up and get skinny and stay out of its way.
I think my dad tried fighting the good fight for about 10 years that I can remember. Then he finally threw in the tennis towel. He's like, I'm out.
That's it.
Yeah.
He had to Texas, huh?
You win.
Yeah. Definitely keeps life interesting, though, you could say. Let me see. Got some comments about stuff happening on the regular show here today. One was a story my daughter's friend. She handed her phone to a dude in Delray over the weekend, and he, instead of giving her his contact information, which he said he was going to do, wound up just Venmoing himself $200 out of her account.
That could so have easily happened to me. I am Cheyenne. I am that stupid that I would hand my phone to a stranger before you told me this story.
Mm-hmm. And so Ashley said, just an FYI, for both Venmo and Cash App, in the settings and security, you can add a PIN or biometric screening to open and unlock the app. That was kind of the PSA today. If you do have that just nakedly open in your phone for access, you can never hand your phone to anyone else because they are easily, and first thing that any stranger is going to do now who is nefarious is going to try to get your money in your accounts and send it to themselves.
Because I did it. I pulled up my Venmo, and it was 15 seconds that I could have sent anybody money on my Venmo. I had zero Face ID. I had zero PIN, but I added it now on Venmo, and I'm adding it right now on Cash App, and then my Zelle already has it.
Right. So she said, probably a good idea to turn that on. I think there may be some other features that require a PIN number to actually send money or something like that. But yeah, that was the PSA if you miss out on the regular show. We'd also heard from, I think, Robert in Sunny Isles Beach, just a little bit north of downtown Miami. He's in those big high-rises that they have there in the condos. And somebody's flying one of those drones, looking in people's windows, trying to figure out how to deal with that. Julian said if you report to the FAA, they will be able to find it. There are FAA laws in place for drones. And somebody also said use AirTag, I guess, too. Somehow that identifies it. So you do have to report those things because drones are starting to get a little bit more pesky as more and more people get them. They're invading people's privacies more frequently. Patty sent us some photos. Remember we had to call him out about that potbelly pig in Publix on Monday?
Yes.
Yeah, she said this happened at the Publix in Hope Sound off Osprey. And she said, if you look, you can see the piles of crap. There's a woman there that has her cart, and she's disapprovingly looking down at, you see that brown speck? Yes. That is pig poop. And, you know, and that's the thing. People are like, look, this isn't a freaking barn. You can't bring whatever random animals you want with you shopping.
And that's pretty much in my favorite section of the store. That looks like the chip soda aisle.
Yeah, it's just gnarly, you know, where you're serving food. You can't have feces and piss and all those other things.
No, it's not cool. It's not nice. You're rude.
And also, too, if your pig's dropping turds, really be apologetic around the... Oh, my gosh, I'm so sorry. This fucking pig, clean it up. Maybe don't swear.
Now, you say that if you're with your husband. This fucking pig.
Yes.
I just, you know, if your pig's going to act a fool, take care of your pig shit and be kind of cool around the people who normally don't have to deal with pig shit.
Yesterday, we were talking about tights on men and even women yesterday. And Savvy said, yes, hey, Kev, here is men in tights. That is one guy. Yeah, I do remember, like back in the 80s.
Oh, yeah, there's some nard huggers.
But you can see from this, I mean, the reason why guys really don't is, I mean, yeah, the bulge is just...
He looks like he's got a head of lettuce in there.
Looks like it does, right? He's got a softball in his pants. Yeah.
I thought you were going to wear leggings today.
You didn't bring them.
Oh, damn.
What the shit?
She just yelled at you for not
Poor
wearing leggings that
fucking
she didn't
panda.
bring?
Every time he walks out of a room, they go, that poor son.
That's funny. She just yelled at you for not wearing the leggings she forgot to bring.
We both forgot.
Look, I did not forget. I was ready. You don't think I was going to wear some leggings today? I was so into it. But hey, here's the good thing. We got tomorrow and we got Friday. I can make it leggings Thursday and Friday.
We got forever, bitch. You're stuck.
Dead by Christmas. I do not have forever.
All right, I'm writing it down so I don't forget. Leggings.
Yes.
I love it. She went in on you first.
Yeah, I know. That's insane. Can we please pull that audio?
That is pretty crazy.
I really want to.
She's yelling at you for not wearing the leggings she forgot to bring.
I want to replay that for what's on my
That's
mind.
pretty
tomorrow.
amazing.
You blew it, Bird.
Yeah. Get your shit together, dumbass.
I was so ready for it. Today has such leggy vibes. I'm so here for it.
Gosh. I feel like I'm at home.
At least I get to go home by myself. Panda, you guys bound by law.
Oh, man. It's amazing. Doug said, Kevin, I was listening to Jaybird talking about how many packages are smaller than they used to be. Speaking of which, I have experienced that as well. This Halloween, a bag of candy I bought was noticeably smaller along with other things. But I heard a joke you might relate to. I thought air was free. Then I opened a bag of potato chips.
Yeah, and Pringles are now. And I'm not going to go on too big of a Pringle rant because I know people don't like that. But Pringles have been dropping the ball. And I've been speaking so highly of Pringles in the years past. You open them up now, a lot of air. A lot of air in Pringles.
Well, then don't open them up and go get a real potato chip.
I've been wanting her to do the battle rap Pringles versus real potato chips. She don't do it. None of y'all will ever come into my house and rap with me.
I'll come to your house today.
No, you will not. No, because you need a babysitter. That's why you'll come to my house.
I'll come to my house today and drop off Rocco just for like an hour and a half.
I can't today. As much as I'd love to help out, I'm not going to be around.
Damn.
We received an email, somebody going on in Virginia, how she hates Pringles and all that kind of stuff and comes off all bougie. And then she was flying, what was it, Spirit from New York?
Yes. Oh, Mama loves a bargain. I hate Pringles because they're fake chips. Don't get the two confused.
How about this? I don't give a shit if they're fake chips or not. They taste good.
They're full of additives and preservatives, and it's not a slice of potato. I demand a slice of potato. Pringles are the same price as Zapp's, but Zapp's just gives you a slice of potato.
Okay.
It's not about bougie. It's about educated.
I'll stop eating Pringles and putting all that crazy shit in my body when you start putting fucking potions and needles in yours.
Never.
Okay. With you and your evil New York jacket. Don't you have to go fire?
Cruella de Vil coat she got.
Don't you have to go yell at your receptionist and fire half the company?
I am the Devil Wears Prada. I'm also 101 Dalmatians on any given day.
Doug also said about your appendix, you're talking about that. It is a mammalian mesoscale immune function. It helps clear bacteria out of the colon and may assist in the body's immune system. It is why it can get overwhelmed at times and rupture.
So if you don't have one, are you unclean?
No, you don't need an appendix. Unless that's changed since 1983.
Damn. I wonder if you can get one back.
I don't want it. I feel great. I'm in my prime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm down a kidney. I'm down a what's that we were just talking about?
Penis?
Appendix.
You got half a penis.
I did just go in on you and your outfit.
Jason sent an email about Red Lobster. He said, was just catching up on your show on YouTube. I heard about the Red Lobster all-you-could-eat problems that they had yesterday. I'd had that story on the regular show, how they went in for an all-you-could-eat, but they didn't price it right. They did the all-you-could-eat shrimp at $20 in June, and apparently they stopped and looked and said, holy shit, we've lost millions. And then they had to reprice it at $25. But apparently they'd done that for, I think it was
Snow crab.
Snow crab deal.
Yep.
Before they had lost in stock value like $400 million.
Oh my gosh.
Almost went bankrupt back in the day. So yeah, the all-you-could-eat stuff does kind of bite you in the ass. And we're like, well, dude, just do the all-you-can-eat carb shit. Do the rolls or the hush puppies or something like that, because people will fill up, and that's not going to cost you that kind of money.
Well, I was just talking to Princess in the chat room about Roadhouse, and they've got them biscuits, the restaurant Roadhouse, those rolls.
Right.
Those are way less expensive than some of the big time shit. People will settle for them rolls if you make them good, and they're cheaper to produce.
Olive Garden, same thing, right? With their breadsticks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Only thing about Olive Garden, every now and then you'll get. It's almost like someone forgot to put a jug of some kind of ingredient in there, and they don't hit as well as they should.
Something's missing.
They're missing.
Yeah.
Yes, they're too inconsistent, and I love them when they are at their apex of deliciousness. They're amazing, but inconsistency. A problem we're having with Olive Garden.
Interesting.
Okay.
One of many problems. No one gives a shit.
I wouldn't go to an Olive Garden, so I don't know. Magnolia was at college at FSU talking to some of her college girlfriends, and they were talking about the Olive Garden, and she goes, I don't know. I've never been to the Olive Garden. These girls could not believe she's never been to the Olive Garden. She said, yeah, my mom would never let me step foot in that place.
You sound like such a snob.
I know, right?
What a fucking snob we work with.
I just demand better. There are so many wonderful mom and pop Italian restaurants where I would go before I would go to Olive Garden.
Why does it have to be a war with you? Why can't a man like both? I love mom and pop's place, but I also want to get down to the OG every now and then. It's got to be this or that with this one.
Yeah.
I'm a better Italian than you. Because most real Italian people say bullshit to the Olive Garden.
Don't attack my people. No.
I'm not attacking your people. I'm saying I'm more like them than you are.
You're
a bad Italian.
Again, she's trying to pit me against other Italian people. She loves a war. You're a fucking Sith. You're a Sithy snob.
When you see him out in public, if you're Italian, let him know how much you're disappointed.
Oh, they already do. Believe me, I have enough Italian people telling me how disappointed they are in me.
So this Jason was saying about Red Lobster. He said, I went and got the all-you-could-eat shrimp, and the first plate, you can choose like 3 different types of shrimp. But if you ask for more, they give you the tiniest dish with like 2 shrimp on it. And then, of course, my waitress disappears. I couldn't find her, and I get frustrated and leave. So I really didn't get the all-you-could-eat, so I call BS on the loss. And that might have happened. Who knows?
At individual stores, it may have been different.
It would be interesting to hear the things that restaurants tell their servers if corporate is crapping their pants because they did a deal they can't honor, to say, hey, only give them 2 shrimp, and can you try to make yourself ghost for the rest of the...
2 shrimp. Could you imagine you get served a plate with 2 shrimp on it?
And you've ordered the all-you-could-eat, and you're like, yeah, but I can't ever get any... Can I get... No. But
you're right, though. You never know what they're saying. I mean, even with the all-you-could-eat bread stuff, how do you know they're going, hey, if no one touches the bread, bring it back. We'll put it in the no-touch bread zone. Would you be shocked if that happened?
No.
I wouldn't be shocked. I don't think it happens as often as the mind may wander, but it's happened. You've eaten third-hand bread before.
I'd say probably 50, maybe 40% of the places that serve the free bread have done it. Maybe not on the reg, but they've done it.
If we really did have the stats of all this shit that would really fuck with your mind of that you've eaten at restaurants, you would probably never go out to eat again.
Yeah, you'd be taking more cooking classes.
Do you think it's more than 50% you've been fucked over, or is that too high?
That's too high.
I agree. 80-20? Still too high?
Still too high. I think probably 10% of the times you've eaten out, you've eaten some fucked up stuff that you have no idea what happened to your food before it came to you, and you'd be upset if you knew the real story.
The 10% attached to the story would bother you.
If your taco could talk.
Is that too high of a number, you think? 90-10? 10% of the times you've gone out to eat, that 10%, you'd be like, oh shit, I don't want to know
10% of the time, something along the way has happened to your food or drink or ice that you just are better off not knowing about.
Some lick the pastrami and said, I just want to I'll lick it.
Well, there's just different variations. There's the slight... If you ever look at the violations that they have when they write up restaurants, there's some that's like, that's not that bad. But then I was like, oh my God.
That's
it's
egregious.
Kind of like the woman got the finger in her salad.
Egregious.
To me, that would be... It's kind of hard to beat that.
That's an upper end. That's an upper end.
Amen.
That's in the top 1% of the things you don't want to have happen with your food. Another place that Virginia was looking down on, the Peter Pan, which is respected as maybe the greatest diner in all of South Florida.
Never been there. Googled the pictures and talked a gang of shit.
Yeah, because she went to their website and it wasn't up to her standards. But Vanessa in Fort Lauderdale said, I just want to let you know that Peter Pan got a little bit of a facelift, and my friend Shirley sent me some of the photos.
Okay,
I mean,
Shirley out there doing the Lord's
look
work.
right now at the Peter Pan counter.
Wow.
Right, huh?
That is pretty impressive, Peter.
Smaller photos, but they got flat screen TVs, and look at what they've done to the bathroom there.
Wow. Okay, then they need to put those pictures on their website because as of 3 weeks ago, their website looked sad.
Do you work for the dark side?
I don't make the rules. I'm just telling you the vibe. And that website was not dineable.
I found it quite charming, very, very homey, Kevin.
Okay.
But again, he goes to Olive Garden.
I'm a shitty Italian.
Sonia said, I heard you talking about Wheel of Fortune. Please tell Jaybird to apply. It only takes a 60-second video, and I feel like he would be a shoo-in.
I agree.
If their casting is looking for memorable people, he is definitely that. I am a huge Wheel fan, and it's been a dream of mine to get on the show as well. I did an in-person audition in Miami in 2019, and I got cast in early 2020. I didn't have anybody to take care of my 2 very young kids. My husband was on a business trip, so I had to painfully turn them down.
Oh, shit.
They said they would call me again, but COVID screwed up the whole wait list, and I just applied and re-auditioned again. I'm hoping they will finally give me my shot. Please keep your fingers crossed for me,
Jaybird, you got all the time. Well, dead by Christmas. Maybe you don't.
You deserve it more than me, first of all. That person, whoever wrote in, I didn't catch their name, but I hope
Sonia.
Sonia, I hope you get it. Because she was so close to be that close to your dream, and so close to taste it and not get it.
Because you couldn't find childcare?
That's some Moonlight Graham shit.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it's tough, huh?
Damn.
James wants to let Virginia know she was wrong.
I love it.
What you got, James?
It's about your Christmas movie debate. Yesterday, I was talking about Die Hard. You said it wasn't a Christmas movie. I made an argument for why it was. Today, we talked about Home Alone being the Christmas movie that people will rewatch most frequently. And James is pointing out, so the witch loves Home Alone as a Christmas movie, but does not like Die Hard as a Christmas movie, even though she said she barely remembers it. I can easily say that Home Alone is a low-key Die Hard movie for kids. It's set during Christmas, but it's about 2 terrorists that break into a home and spend the night trying to catch Kevin while he sets traps for them in the process. In the end, all the bad guys get theirs, and the cops show up to clean up the mess. Same damn plot as Die Hard, and you say one is a Christmas movie and the other is not.
I stand by my statement. It's way more Christmas forward in the Home Alone movie than it is in Die Hard.
I gotta tell you, that was a good argument from the email. I thought that was a good argument.
Look at the Christmas references. Look at the Christmas music. Look at the Christmas decorations and settings and parties and everything. Everything is centered around a Christmas vacation in Home Alone. It's way more Christmas forward, even though there are some Christmas nuggets in Die Hard.
But in Die Hard, the whole setting's surrounded by a Christmas party. So.
Right, and that's why they are where they are. And they wouldn't have been there had it not been for the Christmas party. So
the witch is she's on the road.
It loses the Christmas essence.
Home Alone's a Christmas movie, but Die Hard is as well.
That was a good between Kevin and that email. They're making some good points. Kevin's got the Die Hard argument down.
I do need to go back and watch Die Hard again. I do agree with you on that. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but in my memory, it's lots of terrorism, shoot 'em up, chasing Bruce Willis.
But it's just the style. One is an action and one is a family, but it's still Christmas.
Honestly, the more you're on the stand, the
Home Alone,
worse your case is going.
Home Alone is so much more Christmas forward than Die Hard. Fight me.
Veronica says Die Hard has a Christmas tree, and it was pointed out that there is Christmas music used throughout Die Hard.
Throughout the entire movie.
Home Alone is more Christmas forward.
And then the conversation with the police officers about getting home to Christmas. He's got a pregnant wife. Very, Kevin, I'm on your side with this one.
Bring it. I stand by my statement.
I think it's the wrong statement.
I don't care.
I got an email from Ashley, listening from icy Lakeland, Florida. Yeah, it's got cold a little bit in the central to northern part of the state. We're chilly here in South Florida. Even.
Yes, we are.
It was. That's why I warmed up a little bit today.
Yeah,
I wore spring break clothes.
I think it was high 50s in Tallahassee. I saw a quick glimpse.
Your outfit looks so comfy.
It is.
Yeah, Magnolia was flying back in last night. She got home and it was like 40.
Wow.
This is snuggle weather. You want to just fucking snuggle.
Okay.
And this is a snuggle outfit, too.
You been snuggling with anybody recently?
Denny's.
No girls came over and braided your hair and snuggled you up?
Yeah, how many times have I answered this question?
It's about 4.
And what did I say every time?
It's your sister.
Thank you, Kevin.
I'm just waiting for the witness to break and for the story to change, Your Honor. It will. It will.
You'll never break me.
Ashley said you were talking about coming back from an ACL injury. Yeah, I think the discussion was a little bit more about the Achilles. It had to do with, Hard Knocks, the Miami Dolphins. They had a player this last week in the episode that aired last night in the game on Sunday, having an amazing year. Unfortunately, on that stupid MetLife turf, they're probably going to make the Giants and Jets change that turf because so many people. That's the same turf Aaron Rodgers ruptured his Achilles on.
Oh boy!
And now you got a Dolphins player, and they're always talking about all the injuries that are happening because of that turf. So, yeah, but it is an interesting thing because she talked about an ACL injury that happened to me in college. It was during a basketball game, had surgery in May. That year I played collegiate volleyball in August. I did some natural medicine called MSM, and I'm telling you, it was a game changer. I don't know anyone else that healed as quick as me ever. I did wear a knee brace, but I went on to play a full basketball season after that. I had even just seen this last week that they are starting to question that maybe surgery is not the best approach for ACL injuries.
Wow.
Yeah, that you just kind of let them connect on their own. So there is more to that. It just, unfortunately, a lot of times pharma has pigeonholed the medical field and they don't look at some natural remedies, which are actually going to be better for you. But the good news for Jalen Phillips of the Dolphins, who ruptured his Achilles, Aaron Rodgers is going to let him know what he did. So hopefully he can get back, just like Aaron Rodgers seems to be on the mend. Speaking of injuries and stuff with your legs and feet, do you guys roll over your ankles a lot? Just walking? Walking to get the mail. Do your ankles ever give out?
No.
What is that a sign of? Just bitch-ass
ankles?
Yeah.
Wooden
ankles?
Yeah.
Is that something I'm born with?
So go the wrists, so go the ankles.
It's just a weird thing. The weirdest little walk could do so much devastation. It's an odd thing. You're like a baby fawn. That sometimes it feels like my ankles don't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was wondering if you guys ever gone through that.
Giving out on you.
Sometimes I bring it up. Someone's got some good advice. Maybe there's something I could eat. Maybe I need more bananas.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, guys.
You're asking a bunch of questions at once.
I thought
that should be reserved for a medical professional. I know I look smart, but I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
You do not look smart.
You're one to talk. Look in the mirror, you clown ass.
I never said I was a brainiac.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and Ashley apparently had a very steamy dream with me. Look out.
Oh, do we have
okay.
some saxophone?
Let's get into it.
Goodness. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, I'm going to get a boner in this onesie.
Apparently, I bring the heat in people's dreams. Oh, yeah. But she said right at the climax, my eyes open and I find my 13 and 3-year-old sitting on the bed watching us.
What?
Oh, yeah. She said,
That's not a turn I was
clearly need to stop eating chili before dinner. So
Wait.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
You got to describe again what happened.
She was having a sex dream with me in it.
Okay.
And right as it was the moment of climax, she woke up, opened her eyes, and there's her 13 and 3-year-old watching her.
And what the fuck's the chili got to do with this?
She ate spicy chili before bed. She thinks that might be the cause of why she had the dream.
Was she masturbating? And her kids were like, "What's mom doing?"
No, she was having
I don't understand why there's so much confusion here. Why is there...
You play the saxophone, it gets us all ginned up.
Is that what it is?
Hot email, especially with the chili part.
Don't.
That was weird because we're thinking she's gonna be talking to Steamy Dream.
Yeah.
But all right, she's getting off on some Ralston. Okay.
Yeah, she did.
And then all of a sudden, like, and
The
my
kids
kids
are
were
there?
But she's like, I'm not
Aw.
eating chili anymore. I'm like, where's this?
Abrupt ending.
That'll kill a boner real quick.
Yeah,
almost
even a
like
lady boner.
Like a mad lib. But then Virginia throws in some. Virginia don't know how all that works. Sex
Oh,
dreams. And
I don't know how a sex dream
and
works.
Masturbation and all that stuff.
Okay.
When's the do I have consent to ask a question?
Yeah, you do, fuckface.
When's the last time you masturbated? Seriously.
It's been a little bit.
Okay. And I rest your honor.
But may I speak?
Do you have to?
I've had sex dreams, and sometimes if you're having a sex dream, you'll start to be asleep and masturbate. That's happened.
Whoa.
You're still asleep, but you start touching your pink parts.
Do you really?
I have.
Have you ever woken up, Jaybird, and you're vigorously tugging your knob?
Every morning.
Wow.
Did you guys see that story? I don't know what the ending of this is, but I guess it's from a couple years ago, but the video is now all over the internet of the woman masturbating in the ocean in New York.
Yeah, I
And
saw that, and they caught up with her. But the video is
a couple years old, I think.
well, it's a couple years old, but also it is the cam footage, and she was sitting in a bar drinking a Budweiser
That's
at
what
the
it
time.
is.
Yeah, so you don't see her in action. So it's her claiming she didn't, but people saw her. I think she was a chick that was drunk. She's on the beach, and she starts playing with herself, and people are like, "Hey, man, like there are kids around."
She admits it on the body cam, and she basically said that she came in 30 seconds and nobody saw her. But then
Okay,
the
I gave
report-
up on her pretty quick, so I'm like, all
then
right,
the
there's nothing to see
reports
here.
were how she was in the ocean and looking around to see if anyone saw her, and then she was moaning so loud. And then she went up to the bar to have a drink, and that's when you see the body
Yeah.
cam. But then I was reading the comments, and people were saying that some bad things happened after, and I
Bad
just
things
don't-
happen, like what?
that she is no longer with us.
What?
Yeah, and I couldn't. Every site that I went to kind of confirm that looked like a shady site, and I couldn't get a conclusion.
How did she die? Did she go back to the ocean?
No, I think from what I understand, I think it was public humiliation.
She died of public humiliation?
You'd be dead 10 times over.
Because of the body cam. But it didn't line up.
She took her own life?
That's what some of the websites are reporting on. But it didn't check out with
And
the.
you say, I believe everything on the internet.
I didn't believe it. That's why I'm legit. I believe the body cam. I didn't believe the last part because I started getting sad. I'm like, oh, that's terrible. But I couldn't find a legit source to confirm it. But there were a ton of sources out there claiming that.
Okay. Yeah,
But-
I didn't follow. I didn't see that part of it.
Yeah, if you look into it, you'll find it.
Okay.
But I don't think it's credible. And that's what's weird about some of these things.
That's the opposite of a happy ending. That's a sad ending.
I know. Well,
Yeah,
at first, I'm like, wow, this is
that's a
kind
good
of
Oh,
one.
yeah. Happy ending. Let's go.
But how many
Oh,
times do you think people masturbate in the ocean? It's got to be a ton. Like per day?
I wouldn't think that would get you going.
It wouldn't get me going. I'm talking about just.
Have you done it?
Never.
Well, don't knock it till you try it. Get out there, tugboat.
But I think, again, think about how big the world is. And just think about how weird the world is. And think about how horny people get. You mean to tell me people aren't masturbating in the ocean?
I would think not.
Well, Kevin, you're not like that. You're not set that way. That's why you can't get your mind.
you
on
need
the
to make a
beach-
parody song to Cake by the Ocean.
On the beach, but you're talking about in the water. I'm in the water and I'm either tugging it or I'm.
Yeah.
I don't even think that's safe. I mean, honestly, I just have that vigorous movement under the water with all the animals that are there. A fucking barracuda or a shark is like thinking you're a baby seal.
or that you're a giant sea worm.
I just think it's a terrible
I'm
idea.
going on record right now.
I've never thought once, hey, I'm in the ocean. Why don't I start whipping my pud? That's never once crossed my mind.
Don't knock it till you try it.
It's not my cup of soda either. I'm just saying, people come out there.
You act like this is a mainstay thing. I don't know. We'll put
You're
up a
right.
poll. Suze, put up a poll. Have you ever masturbated in the ocean? I'm not talking about you're on the beach. You're in the ocean.
It's gonna be
You're in the water and you decide to start masturbating. You're not having sex. You're masturbating in the ocean.
I might have been a little too.
Because you
big
make it
with my
sound
claims.
like,
You're
whoa,
right.
like this is a 9 out of 10 kind of
9
thing.
out of 10 men.
9 out of 10
At
people,
the
when they go in the
beach.
ocean, they immediately start masturbating. I'm like, really? That doesn't.
I would say 1 out of 2. 2.
What?
Wow,
50%.
What are your
50%
What?
of guys in the ocean have their dick out and they're tugging it.
I know
That's another reason to not go in the ocean. If I go in there and 50% of the people are tugging it under the water. Oh my gosh.
I'm so glad.
Those are hot tub numbers.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not gonna
I
lie.
go underwater, I come up, they're just, yeah, I think it's seaweed, but it's actually semen. It's all draped in my hair.
I'm tickled pink that you thought this was worthy of a KVJ poll.
Well, I just couldn't believe that you're coming off like this is so commonplace. Okay, so we got, have you ever masturbated in the ocean? 95% of people say no.
But 5%.
And that's what I mean. And I want to correct my words. I went way too big out the gate going, Kevin Edwards masturbating. I got ginned up. But 5%, if 5% of the world was masturbating in the ocean, dog, it's a lot of masturbating.
And it still feels high to me. It really does. I think people are trying to sabotage this poll.
You're just so normal, Kevin.
I don't know.
You are a
Yeah,
victim
maybe
of your
that's
normalcy,
it. That's
too.
it. It all comes full circle, right?
You're just not weird. You're not a pervert. You're
I'm
not.
just a normal guy in a fucking crazy world.
Yeah, you
You
are.
are.
That would be the theme of my movie.
And though masturbating in the ocean's not my cup of soda, I can mentally get there for the weirdos out there.
But until you've tried it, can you really say it's not for you?
If a girl wanted to do it with me, say, hey, let's go masturbate in the ocean, that'd be more like. But for me
If
to go
we said you were going to be at the beach today at noon, I guarantee you some girls would show up at the ocean.
that's not the kind of. It ain't that kind of ride.
I can get you at least 10 girls.
No, that's it. No, what I'm saying, it would have to be the right situation. Let me go on record and say I'm not going out and masturbating in the ocean by myself.
I was gonna say, because if I ever see you again in the ocean waist deep, you got sick motherfucker, man. Gosh, just always run out of the water so he can tug it. Seriously, we're never going to the beach again.
Yeah. Do not
Yeah.
invite him as your beach
Hey,
buddy.
Kev, you'll go to the beach now. I'm gonna take a pass.
This segment,
I'm good. You can go ahead and whip your own noodle out there.
I use my words the wrong way in this segment.
Wow. How about that? Yeah.
We've learned a lot today.
Yeah.
Gosh, every day is a surprise, huh?
Damn, that ended the podcast. The podcast.
Where do you go from
The
there? Huh?
podcast.
Where do you go from there? All right. Thanks for all the emails. Send them to us. Mail at kvjshow.com. You have a great day.